वेलकम टू द सक्सेस टॉक शो। और आज हमारे साथ है एक फिल्म मेकर रमीरा जी। मैम, वेलकम टू द सक्सेस टॉक शो।
Thank you so much for having me here.
If we talk about the success, we get inspiration from films, and you are into the career of filmmaking. You also got a formal education in the filmmaking. How would you like to introduce yourself as a filmmaker? What our audience should know about you?
Well, I'm a filmmaker, a film professional rather, I would say. I have close to 14 years of experience in working in different domains of film industry, obviously behind the camera. So I have cross-functional experience. I have worked in production, assisted directors, so in direction, as a creative, on scripts, in distribution. You can say that it's a 360-degree experience, as well as I have studied filmmaking. First, I have done mass communication from Delhi University, and then I have done my post-graduation from Symbiosis Pune in filmmaking. So in both the institutes also, whatever education that was given to us was also 360-degree.
So sometimes it is required that you get a formal education and also experiences in life which can help you create your own career, your own fortune. When we talk about the filmmaking, many of the people are being influenced by the films. And when we talk about the influencing the mass crowd, it is like we are creating a new future of our India, because the thoughts which are being generated after watching a film is basically remembered for quite a long duration. And as a filmmaker, you have that power to, influence the people. So recently you have submitted your short film for the film festival, and it is also got selected at a very, we can say, prestigious Delhi Dadasaheb Phalke Film Festival. So when you are achieving all these things, there must be struggle, there must be some hardships which you have gone through. So how you define success?
For me, success is not measured by the so-called norms category in which, you say that you have finances or you have, a name, fame. I think for me, success is I should be able to do what I want to do and when I want to do. It's as simple as that, and it's coming from experience, because when you are young, you want to be someone, reach somewhere, have conventionally available resources for you to understand that this is success. This is what other people have told you success is. But for me, success is that if I right now want to take a stroll at a park, I should be able to right now go and take that time out for me and do that walk and come back and be happy. So it is as simple and complicated also, because if today I want to do something and I can't do it, or if I'm having all the means with me and I'm not happy, then I don't think that is success.
So I can summarize this as, when we talk about the success, ma'am says the freedom as well as the capacity to enjoy that freedom with responsibility, and that is something what her definition of success, I can say. It was really wonderful answer, ma'am. When we talk about the success, there are certain things which basically inspire us. So what are those things which inspire you to do what you do?
I think I have always had a hunger for creation. I mean, maybe that's why I've chosen this profession also, and it's working. Every time when you feel like you should create something new, and the joy that you get in that creation and after that creation, and sometimes that creation is taken away, like films releasing, after that it doesn't belong to you. So that hunger for creation is what inspires me.
ग्रेट। सो ऐसा कहावत भी है कि नेकी करो दरिया में डालो, तो वैसे ही फिल्म बनाओ, ऑडियंस तक दो, और ऑडियंस उस फिल्म से जो लेना चाहती है वो लो. दैट इज समथिंग व्हाट इंस्पायर्स यू टू बीइंग अ क्रिएटर is nowadays a very common term, and as we know that it's now a upcoming creators economy. So would you like to share some thoughts about how a creator nowadays, as well as we can say the person who is creative enough to showcase something which is in a merely a thought but in a visual way? So what are those steps which you have taken for creating your first short film? Can you share that journey with our audience?
The creator economy that you say rightfully said, today it's the age of, there's so many creators, and with technology available, people are making what they want from the comfort of their homes, and some people feel that there is not much needed, and they shoot on phones these days, and it has become as simple as that. Vis-a-vis earlier, it used to be cumbersome cameras and a lot of entourage coming and then a shoot happening. But I would say that with media, like you said, with filmmaking, and while you're giving messages to audiences, it should be done with some sense of responsibility. You are influencing people, and it is reaching everywhere through social media, or so many channels now available, distribution channels available, which is good if used in a proper manner. And I see some short form content, long form content these days, and with minimum, there are certain people who are using their creativity and creating very different and creative videos. So when you have that technology and you have that power that you reach people, might as well do it responsibly and create something natural, nice. And with the journey part, to be able to make this film and reach here, I think these days with influencers, getting popular, sometimes the graph is like suddenly something goes viral and somebody is famous, and but then after few days it fizzles down. So you need to have that depth wherein you understand things about life, about people. If you have yourself not seen the ups and downs in life, what storytelling you will do? So it's going to be superficial. For it to be true to the content that you're making, you need that kind of experience. With me, fortunately, unfortunately, I didn't plan it, but the experience has got me here, where technically, if you see, I made a short film very late. That made me take a subject that was not as simple, but make it in a very simple form so that people easily can watch it, and, rather than being preachy or however. I have worked so much on owning the craft. Like, I have been fortunate that, I was able to work with the stalwarts. So through their experience, through their eyes also, how they saw the world, there is a perspective that you get to what you do in life as well.
Great, really. When we talk about these particular aspects of creators economy and having the maturity as a creator, it creates amazing experience for the audience, and definitely the creator is adding that particular years of experiences in that craft, which actually appealing to people. And sometimes it's the frequency of the filmmaker or a creator which resonates by the audience, and when it happens, the message easily transferred to the audience. Definitely your short film will add value in terms of understanding the concept with a simplicity. When you shared about the last 14 years of your experience, how was that experience added in creating this film?
I have been fortunate to have associated with certain people, even if it was for a shorter duration, that has an impact on how things have been in life. So I have worked with Prakash Jha on one film. I have worked with Sanjay Leela Bhansali for a considerable duration. And these are the two directors I've associated with, and there are various other projects that I have done as creative. Then I have worked with PVR Pictures in film distribution. I have done certain projects in capacity or production profile. Everybody I won't be able to name here. But yeah, at the same time, there are certain times that, you meet a stalwart also for say 5 minutes, have a nice conversation, but you end up learning something or the other. So these people are where they are because of the kind of, overall perspective of things that they have in life, what they have seen in life. Like, I had a small encounter in Delhi itself with Mr. Yash Chopra. And that 2 minutes conversation, he told me, why don't you come to Bombay? And, Yash Raj was the first studio that I saw in Bombay when I came for the first time here. And so these people, have a very big heart, and, they will just say something. In the more the experience, the lesser they will talk, and, you learn, and it is profound.
Great. As a part of the Success Talk Show, I also encountered a meeting with variety of people from the corporate world, from the celebrities world, and I really feel that when we communicate with the people who have rich experience in their life, they teach us the things which you can't find on the syllabus or you can't find it on the books. But when we are following such people, understanding from them, it really helps a lot to have a next step, or we can say our next version, and we are building that. And that's the reason we are continuing with the Success Talk Show. Ma'am, if we talk about the Success Talk Show, how was your experience?
So I would start talking about this after I talk about Rohan. That, this guy was putting continuous efforts and he was quite serious about what he was doing. And later on, when we connected, I came to know that he does a lot of corporate training and is always surrounded by students where he's teaching something or the other, which also comes from experience. And then he told me, why don't you come on Success Talk Show? And I ended up watching certain episodes. They were very different from certain other content and podcasts that I've seen. So it's about figuring out what is success for, various people across various professions and how people see life. It is not one of the shows wherein, people will come and promote something, talk about something. So, it is about basic things in life where people are, how they perceive things, how they interpret success in their own way. Hence, he has, I think, named it the Success Talk Show. And I'm very glad that I'm here with you today. And, by the time we connected, my short film had been selected in Dada Saab Phalke Film Festival in New Delhi. With all films that have been selected in that one, it is quite a prestigious film festival, and all the films that have been selected are professionally made and, with a lot of resources. And opposite to that, we made a very simple and a film in a negligible budget, and it got selected. So it was a very big thing for me.
It is really wonderful to know about the filmmaking and its budget and the economy which is behind the filmmaking process. And as you said, it's a negligible budget which you have been used as your own project. So I would like to ask you a very simple question, because many of our audience is not in the community of filmmaking. So what are those economical factors of the filmmaking which you come to know across your overall span of experience?
Well, it took me a little while to understand this entire process. Like I said earlier, I have had it in bits and parts, and then I had put it together so I can now answer this question. Well, filmmaking is a very expensive proposition, and it is all dependent on a recovery model. So when you make a film or decide a film or project, so to say, you also have to keep in mind that once X amount will be put into this making of this, entire thing, how will you recover that amount for the producer, whoever is the producer? And keeping in mind, these days, the budget falls in a particular slab. So certain people are able to do a deal of distribution or of rights selling beforehand. And those are normally, going by conventional permutations, combinations of there is a star, there is a big director. So if all that fits into a platform, so to say, a conventional guidebook saying, okay, this is there, then they are able to get those rights. But when we know that there are certain ideas or certain films that we still want to make, even if at the moment no platform has shown a confidence in that, but you have a conviction that once it's made, it will reach the right place. So then you have to create that balance. Then you have to understand that you'll have to make it in a lesser budget, and so that it's not heavy on the producer. Till the time the film gets over, the producer is over. So if you kill that producer, how will that person work with you again? So the actual talent is that in a lesser budget, how much of creativity or how much you can do or how much you are doing for a repeat value, or producer also to approach you again, so that it's profitable for that person who is putting his trust on you. So when we make this short film, honestly, there are various platforms these days, thankfully. When we made our, diploma films or short films in college, there used to be nothing, and they were college properties. So college always has those films. So we don't even have the right to give it somewhere. But thankfully, there was an alternate way to put it in festivals. And now with digital, there are mobile platforms, there are YouTube platforms, there are various platforms that are taking the shot. So when you know that this business is so dynamic and volatile, and you know that this thing you are doing to showcase your creativity, and you don't know if there'll be any recovery or no. So that, keeping that in mind, we made it in a very negligible budget. So there were various friends of mine who were making short films, and they were showing it to me or calling me to their screenings, and then they were telling me, and the production value was huge. So they were telling me this much is the budget, like 12 lakhs is the budget, and 25 lakhs is the budget, or 5 lakhs is the budget. But then nobody was taking the films or was even thinking of, this is not going to come back. So what is it about? So now if you are putting in, say, 2 rupees, and if you are getting 2 rupees back, or you are getting 3 rupees back, then it is worthwhile to do it. If you are, putting 4 rupees and ultimately 1 rupee is going to come, then that is a disbalance that you have to balance.
But sometimes it is being observed that this kind of business acumen is also required for the creative person, which sometimes is not popular, because if we see, the many creative people are basically not that much aware about the finances.
So that is what I was saying that time, that a normal assistant, for example, if I was just assisting few people or just writing with some people, then we can think anything in the world can happen. When I got opportunities to work in distribution, or to work in a corporate side, or to work in production, I happily took them on. So the experience, grounding that you get after doing all this, or understanding how things are working, your perception and your objective of picking a particular kind of subject, or what will work, what will not work, is completely different. And then sort of objectively, a creative person is also able to put it all through, rather than just being subjective, saying, no, I know this is good. Well, is it workable? Hence, it took me a while to take this smaller step also.
Great, really.
And you need to believe in yourself before everybody else believes in it.
Yes. That's the reason it's खुद को साबित करो पहले, and then people will again believe in you. Thank you for sharing your insights on the Success Talk Show. And if our audience want to contact you, how they can connect with you?
Well, you can write to me at ramifyentertainment@gmail.com. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. If you talk about the Success Talk Show, would you like to share your experience and feedback about the Success Talk Show?
Well, it's a brilliant initiative by Rohan. And since he is into training a lot of people, which is commendable work that he's doing at his own end, this talk show coming with various people who have achieved something, or are trying to tell people about their life experiences and what success means to them, I think it's amazing.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you for giving us the inspiration for continuing our episodes for the Success Talk Show. Thank you for watching this episode, and if you want to watch another episodes of the Success Talk Show, you can visit our website, that is www.thesuccesstalkshow.co.in. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being a part of the Success Talk Show.
Thank you very much.